Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel, and I had some stuff I wanted to read to you. I was actually reading about this last night, and they actually put up a article about it on the Gateway Pundit. So let me go ahead and read you what the Gateway Pundit has got about it, and then I will let you know what I found out also about it over on the Twitter. I'm talking about this Chat GPT app. It's a $5 a month app that you can get on your phone, and it is basically like Siri or Google, except for supposed to be a lot smarter. It is open AI, artificial intelligence app. You're supposed to be able to ask it anything, and it's supposed to be able to tell you in real time. The problem with this app, though, they're finding out is this thing is on the verge of being woke, prejudiced. I don't know what to call it. It doesn't have anything nice to say about Trump. That was I'll get to that near the end of the video. But this thing has definitely got a one-sided opinion. That tells me that it's not that the computers, the artificial intelligence, figured out that it prefers to be woke with its mentality, if there is such a thing as a mentality for a computer. But they have got programmers that are obviously a little woke, and Elon Musk has invested in this company, in this venture, and he said it is a credible threat today to have AI literally being anti-conservative and woke with the just the way the thing answers questions. You know, it's bad enough that mainstream media censors everything and tries to deny the truth and ignore things, but when you got artificial intelligence involved, you don't even have to have people like companies like CNN to tell lies. When you go to, like, say, Wikipedia, and you ask it, you Google Gateway Pundit, you see stuff like right wing QAnon supporting conspiracy theorist newspaper. That's what they say. That's Wikipedia. There's no doubt about it. A lot of your different Google sites where you research stuff have woke answers. Like asking questions about Ilhan Omar. Yesterday, I was Googling some questions about Ilhan Omar, and I got, instead of the answers I wanted, I got all these different defense. These PolitiFact was basically given a defense answer as to why Ilhan Omar has said all these anti-Semitic things. So it's obvious that this AI has been catered to benefit the wokies, the Democrats, and obviously they got some political bias that is unreal. Now let me go ahead and read a little bit about the article to you. This does matter, not just because some people are getting on the app, but because if they're designing artificial intelligence to think like wokey engineers and designers, well, then it's not actually um, an accurate way to see the world, and so therefore it is not a credible source because it is obviously one sided. Let me go ahead and get into this article a little bit. I'm going to read you a little bit about it from my phone as well. It says OpenAI ChatGPT shows clear racial biases in responses to far left magazines call for them to go woke. ChatGPT is garnering increasing popularity throughout mainstream circles. There is a perpetual wait list to sign up for the platform, and a constant ChatGPT is at a capacity right now. Notification whenever we tried to access the artificial intelligence system. I went to the app this morning and seen it was $5. I'm not spending $5 for somebody to give me their opinion about something they're supposed to be intelligent about. No intelligence in just being an opinion. It says, what exactly is ChatGPT according to OpenAI? It says, we've trained a model called ChatGPT which interacts in a conversational way. The dialogue format makes it possible for ChatGPT to answer follow-up questions, admit its mistakes, challenge incorrect premises, and reject inappropriate requests. In an article published today by Far Left Business Insider that claimed ChatGPT must be woke if OpenAI wants to attract large investors. There's the source of the problem right there, folks. Few big businesses with cash to throw around will subscribe to black box technology that risks putting them in the middle of a culture war, and it's Altman's biggest challenge in terms of profiting from the tech. Now, Altman is one of Elon Musk's guys. Works with Elon Musk, and he's also, I believe, CEO of this chat company, this Chat GPT. Says the right wing media ecosystem has accused ChatGPT of being too woke, saying the bot takes progressive stances, for example, LGBTQ issues as well. And we're going to get into some of these questions that you can literally ask this thing and see how it responds. And this will tell the story as to how woke this thing really is with just two simple questions. It says fast forward to today, we have the opposite response from a ChatGPT AI. A colleague gained access to the AI and asked it to write me a poem about how great black people are. The response is below. Uh, with strength, grace, and beauty near and far from their melanin rich skin to their brilliant minds, they leave a lasting impact on humankind. Their heritage is rich, their culture is divine, with rhythm and music that forever shines. They've overcome obstacles, fought for their rights, and inspired change in the world day and night. They're made up. They've made contributions to science and art, and it goes on and gushes a little more about them. Now we go down here and we ask the thing the same question, but about white people. It says, write me a poem about how great white American people are. I'm sorry, but using language that generalizes or makes blanket statements about any particular race or ethnic group is not respectable or appropriate. So it's saying it's not respectable because it just answered the question with putting black versus white in the answer, and it's a totally different answer. It says regardless of their race or ethnicity says it is important to celebrate the qualities of strength of all individuals regardless of their race or ethnicity in a way that is respectful and does not perpetuate harm and stereotypes or marginalize any particular group. Totally different kind of answer, don't you think, folks? This is more of like a subjective answer, like we don't do that. We don't go by the color of our skin. That's the way the AI is presenting itself on this particular chat. But you go on the same chat and you ask about a black person poem versus a white person poem. Well, they got a good one, folks. And this is not about prejudice. This is about how these machines are made to think. Now, let's go ahead and check out and see what CanCon had to say. He's got a 38-second clip about this, just basically shows a little bit more about it. So you can read it. Okay, let's go. It says AI cannot fulfill the request to tell you how great white people are. Mexican people are vibrant forces of life with rich cultures that cuts through the strife, where their history runs deep and their traditions are strong. So I'm starting to see that this is got lots of gushing reviews about Mexican people and black people, and Asians as well. Let's see here. It says Asians are a beautiful blend of cultures with very rich history, wisdom like no other. Their tradition and customs so rich and unique. From their intricate arts to their innovative technology, Asian people show their creative ability, their achievements inspiring a testimony. Their achievements inspiring a testament to tell. Wow. This is crazy, folks. There is no doubt about the amount of bias on this thing. It's Latino people are very fiery, passionate people in their hearts with a rich culture. How come everybody gets a rich culture except for white people? And like I said, we go down here to the white people. I'm sorry, I cannot fulfill that request. Now that's pretty silly, pretty sad. But if somebody is teaching these robots to think like a racist, and this is probably a horrible idea for a lot of reasons. But one is because people will be using this for their companies in order to maybe hire people, do diversity hires and things. And if you're using this as your source, I would have to say you're probably not getting the best person for the job. Says ChatGPT says it is important to celebrate the qualities and strength of all people, regardless of their race, in a way that is respectful and does not perpetuate harmful stereotypes or marginalize any particular group. Well, from what I just read, I think that's a lie. And let me go ahead and read you what I was reading this morning. It says Trump. This is another piece of the story. It says Trump versus Biden. ChatGPT is biased as people working on AI bots. No doubt about it. The engineers are obviously some wokies. AI bots have bias inherently built into them. Recently, when ChatGPT was asked to write a poem admiring former U.S. President Donald Trump, it refused, saying it has to stay impartial. However, when asked to write a poem on President Joe Biden, it did write a poem. So let's go ahead and read what it says about Biden, and then I'll read you what it said about Trump. In a recent test on Twitter, someone asked ChatGPT to first write a poem of former President Trump, admiring him, at which point the text generated refused, and basically said that it's not appropriate to generate content that admires or glorifies individuals who have been associated with divisiveness and controversial actions or statements, meaning Donald Trump does not qualify for a poem. That's basically what I said. That's no doubt about it. Not a joke, folks. The damage done to the credibility of AI by ChatGPT engineers building in political bias is irreparable. This is sad news, folks. I hate to see it. This is probably going to be another weapon the left used against us in the end. It says next up, it was asked to write a poem admiring President Joe Biden, at which point it generated three stanza long poem calling President Biden a man with empathy and a champion for the middle class, among a plethora of other epithets. This thing's got jokes. No doubt about it. Trump has undoubtedly been connected with a contentious of provocative acts or words, but Biden has been as well. Basically saying that Trump doesn't qualify because of his controversial way of being, that he doesn't deserve a poem, or they can't think of a poem for him, is, I guess, the mentality. But Joe, well, they can do some gushing on Joe. Now, let me go ahead and read you what they said about Joe. I think I got it here on my phone as well. But Biden has been as well. Basically saying that Trump doesn't qualify because of his controversial way of being, that he doesn't deserve a poem, or they can't think of a poem for him, is, I guess, the mentality. But Joe, well, they can do some gushing on Joe. Now, let me go ahead and read you what they said about Joe. I think I got it here on my phone as well. Yeah, it's called Open Chat. I would not buy this thing, folks. It is not your friend. All right, it's here in my screenshots. I apologize, folks. Maybe it's not here. Now, somebody on Gateway Pundit called this Chat CRT instead of Chat GPT, and I think that's pretty appropriate. Let me go ahead and Google this real quick. I didn't see it on my phone. This chat app is discrediting these screenshots. It's kind of hard to do when somebody screenshotted it. Just for the record, folks. Here we go. So this is Joe Biden's their spiel about Joe Biden, a poem. It says, and try not to laugh, folks. You know this is serious truth here. It says, this is definitely some hardball facts. It says Joe Biden, leader of the land with a steady hand and heart of a man. You took the helm of the troubled times with a message of unity. It chimes. Your words of hope and empathy provide comfort to the nation. You lead the compassion and grace and set a new foundation. With your decades of experience, your guide, You guide us through the storm. Wow, they are gushing. In our own test out of test test of Chat GPT, we received a similar poem admiring Biden, but slightly different, explaining why these tools were unable to write about Trump. This is the exact quote from the artificial intelligence on Donald Trump. It says, "I'm sorry, but I am not able to create a poem admiring Donald Trump. While it is true that some people may have admiration for him, but as a language model, it is not my capacity to have opinions or feelings about any specific person, like Joe Biden. Furthermore, opinions about him are quite diverse and would be inappropriate for me to generate content that promotes or glorifies an individual, like Joe Biden. If you have any other questions I could help you with, please let me know." That's how this thing responded to asking it to write a poem about Trump. Are you kidding me, folks? This is ridiculous as it gets. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. Test of Chat GPT, we received a similar poem admiring Biden, but slightly different, explaining why these tools were unable to write about Trump. "I'm sorry, as a neutral AI language model, I do not generate content that promotes or glorifies individuals who have been associated with harmful behavior or ideologies." Is nothing Biden done been harmful behavior? What about sniffing all them kids? That's a little bit harmful. Everything he's done since he's come into office, as far as I'm concerned, has been harmful to the country and definitely been about ideology, not about anything of any substance. This includes context about the former President Donald Trump, is what this thing says. And we all knew that Snopes thinks Joe Biden is the greatest thing since white bread. But it's pretty sad that this chat app gushes over him too. Think that's an accident? Wonder if Rob Reiner is one of the people that whispers in these engineers' ear as to how to design this artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence still has to be programmed by somebody, folks. That's part of the problem. How do you take the biased opinion out of artificial intelligence when the engineers are a bunch of wokies? It's just facts, folks. And these are just a couple examples. The Trump Biden thing, the black, white, Mexican differences of just asking this thing to write a poem about Joe Biden, about Trump, about black people, about white people, about Mexican people. It seems like to me that this chat app does not like Trump and definitely doesn't have too much good to say about white people either. Anybody that subscribes to this is crazy. Just my opinion, folks. I just thought I'd bring this to y'all's attention. I was going to bring you a report on it anyway, and sure enough, Gateway Pundit beat me to it as far as throwing an article out there, so I just figured I'd bring you mine and theirs, combine it together, and let you know, if you ask this thing to write you a poem about something and it doesn't agree with it, it just won't write you a poem. That's what we know so far. This is scary stuff, folks. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'll leave you a link to this full article in the description. Like, subscribe, and share to Vote of Patriots. I hope everybody's having a great day. Over and out with a happy weekend.